And vitamin A is the most important cell growth controlling vitamin. It keeps cells growing at just the right pace. Not too fast, not too slow. In order to understand the importance of vitamin A and why it's so important for the development of pimples and blemishes, and to, what accounts for its really medicinal effects, its healing effects when it comes to addressing acne, we've got to talk about what a pimple is. The mythology around the treatment of acne and the fact that people think that the results they get from proactive type products, benzoyl peroxide, etc., cuts to the heart of why and how we're bamboozled by skincare companies and products on such a large scale, on a billion-dollar scale. When we look at the skin, we don't see the reality of what's happening. The skin is multi-layered, and we don't see it. That means that we miss a very important distinction that we can work with, the fact that there's layers. There's a surface layer, which is very difficult for stuff to penetrate. That's the purpose of this surface layer. It's like a thin fingernail on the top of your skin. And this microscopically thin fingernail will keep things from getting into the lower areas. And this is very important. If we're going to leverage and exploit the properties of our skincare products, we've got to figure out how to get past that surface, that fingernail-like surface. The skin is also made up of multiple parts. It's mosaic. It's made up of distinct working components. Each component, each part represents a potential target for activation. If you look at the skin and you don't see that, if you look at the skin and just see this stuff, this covering, you're not going to be able to really exploit or take advantage of all the stuff that's going on in the skin. There's cells in the skin that make collagen. There's cells in the skin that keep the skin from wrinkle-free, that keep the skin taut and youthful. There's moisture-trapping molecules that keep the skin hydrated. There's blood vessels that can be induced to increase nutrient delivery and oxygen delivery and detoxification. But unless we get a sense for the multiple components that comprise the skin, we're going to miss out on an opportunity to restore the skin back to health. And if it's already healthy, we're going to miss an opportunity to give the skin an extra jolt of health. And when it comes to acne, the most important distinction that we need to make is the distinction that involves how a pimple forms, and this is the pore. We got to understand the skin pore. If we don't understand what a skin pore is, or if we don't address a skin pore, we're not going to be able to treat acne, because acne is it's a skin issue, obviously, but it's a pore issue. Acne begins in the skin pore. Every square inch of your skin has 700 or so different pores, and understanding how to address the pore and understand what a pore really is really important if you're going to be able to treat acne effectively. We'll talk about that tomorrow as we continue our discussion on skin health and acne specifically. We'll be doing that for the next couple of weeks. All right, 844-236-6010 is our number. Time to hit our phones. Let's take our first phone call, go to Pennsylvania, and welcome Mindy to the bright side. What's up, Mindy? Good morning.
Well, thank you so much for taking my call. You mentioned the NutriBullet and said that you hadn't really done much research on that. You've used the Vitamix, and I love my NutriBullet. It's wonderful.
I want you to tell us all about it. So, but we got to take a break. Can you hang on through the break?
I sure can.
I'd love to hear about the NutriBullet. So thank you so much for calling in on that, Mindy. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll be back with your phone calls. 844-236-6010 is our number. Don't go away. You're listening to The Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network. We are back on The Bright Side. 844-236-6010 is our number. If you're interested in purchasing any of the Youngevity products you're advertised or recommended on the program, please call the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470 or head over to brightsideben.com and you can order products directly off the website. You can also go to my blog, pharmacistben.com, which we update regularly with news stories and blog posts. Thank you to Robert Lundgren, who set that up for me. And also now you can go to criticalhealthnews.com, which is my blog that I'm doing with George Norrie of Coast to Coast. And you can order products directly off the website, or you can join the Brightside Ben team directly off of the website as well. 844-236-6010 is our number. Got lines open for you. Mindy in Pennsylvania, tell us about the NutriBullet.
Well, I have the NutriBullet RX, which is their newest one, and it also has a soup cycle, as does the Vitamix, which I love the soup cycle, but I also use it to make my own nut milks. I no longer buy almond milk at the store, and I use it a lot for smoothies, and it's just, I'm not a hired gun for NutriBullet. I am just a natural health advocate because of my own story, which is on my website. I used to spend 12 to 18 hours a day in bed with fibromyalgia and have my life back, and I'm very grateful. So,
what'd you do? Well, don't run away. What'd you do? Tell us about that.
Lots of things. Diet, lifestyle changes, massage, Christian EFT, chiropractic care.
Wow.
How'd you just did red sauna.
I don't hear drugs anywhere there. I don't hear doctors anywhere there. I didn't hear Lyrica or Prozac. That's what they give you now for fibromyalgia, antidepressants, because they think you're depressed. That's pretty cool. Good for you. Now, what's your website? Why don't you give that a plug? Hello? Oh, I was getting all into that. Did we lose Mindy? Mindy, call back. I'm not sure where you went. Oh, Mindy. Oh, Mindy, that's too bad. Are you there, Mindy?
I'm here.
Okay. Tell us your website. Yes, I do. I was getting all into your conversation.
It's Out of Sight Ministries, and that's plural, outofsightministries.com. And I actually was on antidepressants for 12 years, and by the grace of God and other natural means, I'm off of them. I love lithium orotate. I have a video testimonial that if anybody wants, they can contact me. It's not actually on my site.
That's awesome. Out of Sight Ministries. Is it a Christian organization, or you say Ministries for Nutrition?
It is, but I'm a vocalist, narrator, blindness educator, and natural health advocate. So I do multiple things.
You sound awesome.
Christian and non-Christian.
Are you blind?
I am, and if anybody wants to know more, they can go to my website, but I also have a toll-free number if anyone has questions. I don't have a degree in natural health.
You don't need a degree.
You don't
need a degree. It sounds like you know what you're talking about. I'm so honored you're listening to my program, too, by the way. That's awesome.
I love your program. I appreciate it. I can be reached at 844-45-MINDY.
855-44-MINDY, and you...
844-45-MINDY.
844-45-MINDY. Is that correct?
You got it.
844-4. Have you been blind for life? Were you born blind, or did you have an accident?
I was born blind. I have no vision, and God has been so good to me. At one point, I was ready for him to take me home because I was depressed and in pain, and now I just have so much to live for, and I just really want to help people. So. Oh,
man, you're awesome. I am so honored that I have quality listeners like yourself. That is really a cool story. So you recommend the NutriBullet. Does it you get the fiber, right? That's correct when you grind
You do. I never wanted to juice because I didn't want to lose the fiber.
Right. That's why I like the Vitamix. But you still get the fiber with the NutriBullet. And does it grind it up enough so that it's juicy, or is it still fibery and pulpy, your product?
I believe it really grinds up.
You know, Mindy, we just got a bad connection, and I think you dropped off again. And I'm very sorry for that. But thanks so much for your call. I appreciate it. That was awesome. Thank you, Mindy. Her website, I'm looking at it right now, Out of Sight Ministries. Thanks so much for that call, Mindy. That was really meaningful. All right, 844-236-6010 is our number. What is up, Steve in VA, Virginia? What's up, Steve?
Oh, hi there. Thanks again. We were just curious. You know, we've heard various sources mentioning the fact that these vaccines, there's an effort to impose these vaccines on people.
Yeah. And, what's that about? Why do they care so much? Why does everybody have to be vaccinated? What's going on there?
Yeah. Well,
one has to wonder.
One of the, I guess, further attacks that these people want to carry out in posing something like that. I mean, are there? Have you had a chance to check into any of that?
Check into the vaccine thing?
Yeah, mention that what maybe people should get ready for, or possibly.
I try to stay away from the whole vaccine stuff. I'm just very skeptical, put it that way. You know, Steve, here's the thing. I'm not saying yay or nay because I don't know, but here's the thing. If we get to a point where we just don't trust our government, that's a problem. If we even suspect that they may not be looking out for us, that they don't have our best interest in mind, that's a problem. And even if they compel us to do things, even if the government forces us to do things, compels us to do things, makes us under threat of penalty of losing our freedom or losing money or whatever, if they make us do something, you know, we'll do it, but we'll resent them. We'll hate them for making us do it. You know what I'm saying? If somebody puts a gun in your face, you're going to do whatever they tell you to do, but it doesn't mean you're going to appreciate them, and whenever it comes time to screw them, you're going to screw them. And this is the kind of environment that all of this suspicion engenders. And I don't know yay or nay on vaccines, although I have my suspicions. But the point is that if we even begin to question those in authority and we suspect that they don't have our interests in mind, that's a problem. And yeah, we may pay attention, we may listen to what they're saying, and we we may follow their orders, but we'll hate them for it. And that's exactly what's happening. You ever see those statistics, those studies that come out where they take percentages of people who don't trust the government, or percentages of people who vote, or percentages of people who participate? Every once in a while you hear about faith and confidence in Congress, and faith and confidence in the president, and faith and confidence in governmental bodies is like at record lows. What do you think that's about? Yeah, we'll pay attention. We'll do what you make us do, but we'll hate you for it. We won't trust you for it. We'll try to screw you at every turn for it. And that's the kind of situation that we have. And it's very, very unfortunate. It's tragic, really. And it doesn't have to be that way. We can have a society where governmental bodies, limited governmental bodies, work in the interests of the people. That's the way the society and the system is supposed to be. When it comes to health, and that's my specialty, we don't trust doctors. We don't trust the medical model. We don't trust the paradigm. Why? Because they have a history of screwing people, of messing around with people, with people's liberty, with people's freedom, and ultimately, when it comes to healthcare, with messing around with what's most near and dear to us, and that's our health. So I don't know yay or nay or vaccines, but I have my suspicions, and I personally wouldn't let anybody inject anything into my body if I didn't absolutely positively need it. Those flu vaccines are especially ridiculous, by the way. I don't know if I answered your question there, Steve, but that's my take on it. Is there anything else you want to ask?
Well, no, that's I appreciate your answer. I just the religious, we've been able to use the religious exemptions, many people in the past, as a way to not have to receive vaccines, and I think that there's the effort to try to have a situation where we can't use those anymore too.
Well, now they're making people sound wacky if they don't want vaccines. The anti-vaccine movement, they call it. Now they're making you sound like you're some kind of nut job because you don't want somebody injecting a poison into your body, a virus into your body. Yeah. I'm telling you. All right. Got to move, Steve. Thanks so much for your call. Say hi to Rose for me, okay?
Thank you. God bless.
Take care. God bless you as well. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. Hang tight. If you're on the line, we'll get to you when we come back from our break. 844-236-6010 is our number. We'll be back after this. We're back on The Bright Side. I am Pharmacist Ben, your nutritional pharmacist. I use nutrition where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs. If you have questions about health or nutrition or prescription drugs or want to get off your meds or get on a good nutritional supplement program, our number is 844-236-6010. Got lines open for you in a couple more minutes to speak to you today. If we've left you on hold in the past, now's the time to get on board. Check out my website also, brightsideben.com, and check out the products. The longevity products are all posted at brightsideben.com. Or you can also join the Brightside Ben team for a one-time $10 fee. You can start a little longevity business and help spread the word about how important a good nutritional supplement program can be. 844-236-6010 is our number. Pat in Indiana, what's going on? Welcome to the Bright Side.
Yes, my daughter didn't want to call, so she's got this itch that's in her private parts, but the more she itches,
the worse it gets.
When she urinates, it gets worse and worse, and they've given her all kinds of itching stuff, but it don't never help. I was just wondering what could...
Okay, yes. Now, are you talking inside or outside?
Outside.
All right. Right on the private parts there?
Yeah.
Or in the skin?
Yeah.
In the skin part, like in the thigh area, or right on the private parts?
Right on the private parts.
Okay, that's a sign that there's something percolating in there, and because it's right on the private parts, it could be a topical issue or an internal issue, and I can't tell you. Although my hunch would be that it's an internal condition. Look for what you want to do, Pat, is you want to look for other symptoms, other things going on. It's very rare that you'll have a topical skin condition without having any other problems. If indeed you do have perfect health, which is unlikely, and you just have a skin problem, then you're looking at something irritating from the top. And this is why it's important to find other symptoms so you can distinguish whether this is a topical condition that's coming from perhaps her clothing that she's wearing, or maybe a cleanser or soap or something, or internal. If there's no other symptoms, then you want to suspect something topical, laundry detergent, soap, etc. This is rare. Usually there's going to be something else going on, at which point you can start to treat the real cause, but we have to know what else is going on. Usually it involves the digestive system. So what I would ask you is what I ask everybody who has any health problem, but especially skin problem, any digestive health issues, gluten intolerance, food intolerances, food allergies, bowel movement problems, gas, heartburn, gallbladder removal, problems after pain